Welcome to the Michigan Football Report. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Saturday. We are 3 weeks out from Michigan football at Notre Dame. We've got a new segment for you now. We're 8 days into fall camp. Michigan football, stock up, stock down. This is going to be a segment we will have on every Michigan football show throughout the 2018 season. So let's take a look. 3 players stock up, 3 players stock down. Number 1 stock up in fall camp right now, Brad Hawkins, making a lot of noise at the safety position. I have talked about this in the last few true falses that, hey, there could be, with Michigan returning 9 starters on defense, there could be a starting safety that is at risk of losing their job. Josh Metellus, Tyree Kinnel, who is going to lose their job if it happens? Well, if they do lose it, it could be to this man, Brad Hawkins. I've been told that he is a complete ball hawk. The name matches the play. Brad Hawkins, he is a ball hawk. So what we're talking about, Brad Hawkins, through 8 days of Michigan football fall camp, he's making a strong push to be the starting strong safety or the starting free safety. He can play either position, and he's giving Tyree Kinnel and, of course, Josh Metellus a run for their money in fall camp to be the starter at safety. So here's one to keep an eye out for. I was told he is the best cover safety by a decent margin and had one of the better ends of springs. It's not let up through fall camp. So Brad Hawkins at safety, one of the big surprises so far through a week or so of fall camp, a few days now in pads, and he is making a big impact. So keep an eye out for him, maybe making a move into the starting role or getting some serious playing time right out of the gate. Stock up number 2, I've talked about him for the last few shows. Jalen Mayfield, offensive tackle, has been the second or third best offensive lineman altogether throughout fall camp so far. Had a really nice summer. Really is kind of the pet of Ed Warner, offensive line coach. He recruited in Minnesota. He came over to Michigan as offensive line coach. Mayfield was already a recruit there, had flipped to Michigan. Jalen Mayfield is likely going to be your starter at right tackle. They don't want to put him at left tackle. Maybe that's where his future is down the road. But as for right now, Jalen Mayfield is taking the 1 reps, even in helmets and jerseys. Now as they're in pads, Jalen Mayfield is taking all of these snaps with the 1s at right tackle. His stock is way up right now. I'm really high on Jalen Mayfield. Got a nice couple sources telling me about what Mayfield is bringing to the table. Number 3 is Shea Patterson, stock up. Props to Jim Harbaugh for shaking up the offensive staff, going out talking to coaches who know how to take advantage of a player like Shea Patterson and what his mobility, what his quick trigger can bring to the field. So they are putting in 50% shotgun snaps so far through fall, allowed Shea Patterson to make short, accurate throws, 3, 5, 7-yard throws. Not these deep throws over the middle, not throws over a guy's shoulder 25 yards down the field. We're talking about a dink and dunk style offense, and then allowing for Shea Patterson to make decisions whether to hand the ball off to a guy like Chris Evans, Karan Higdon out of the backfield, or pull it back and make a quick 3, 4, 5-yard throw to a wide receiver if the defense kind of comes up and puts pressure on the run. So Shea Patterson having a great fall camp so far. The shotgun offense is really playing to his strengths. Shea Patterson is a candidate for the Heisman. That's no surprise to anybody, but let's take a look at the Heisman odds out there. Could Shea Patterson be a guy who wins the Heisman? These odds are provided by BetDSI, the only place to bet on football this year. Release the Heisman odds. Shea Patterson's odds to win the Heisman. I think it's a no-brainer to put down some money. I put down $10. I might put down 20 or 30 more after I get some more information out of fall camp, see what Shea Patterson does. We see him there, plus 1650. You put down $10, you can win $165 if Shea Patterson wins the Heisman. Those odds only probably will get worse for you as we get closer to the season. So if I were you, put the money down. Chatsports.com/bet. We negotiated an amazing promo code for Michigan football fans only. 120% bonus. You put down $100, you get $120 in free cash. Use the URL down there, chatsports.com/bet. We'll take you right to BetDSI to make these bets. Use that promo code GOBLUE when you sign up. You're going to get 120% cash bonus. Thanks to them for giving us that great deal. Let me present it to you today on the Michigan Football Report. Let's take a look at stock down. Whose stock is down? We got one more look at the stock up there. Flipping over to stock down. What players are disappointing, have disappeared? John Runyan Jr., the guy who came out of spring practice into summer, slated to be a starting right tackle, has really disappointed throughout the summer. Didn't put the work in, from what I'm told, or maybe did put in the work work, but didn't grow, didn't excel as would hope with the strength and conditioning staff. And now that we're into fall camp, he is not cutting it, not a Big Ten level, all Big Ten level potentially offensive lineman. And as such, the Michigan coaching staff is going to likely take chances with younger players. So as you see there, the sources say he underperformed this summer, isn't Big Ten caliber. Michigan cannot have a player like Runyan starting if they want to compete for national championships. The D-line at Penn State, at Michigan State, at Ohio State will eat John Runyan up. So he is number one on my stock down through 2018 fall camp for the Michigan football team. Next up, stock down, Tyree Kinnel. Some people call him Kinnel, I call him Kinnel. Tomato, all right? At safety, Brad Hawkins up. You kind of see all these. It's offensive lineman, safety, and then we'll talk about quarterbacks here in just a minute. If one goes up, somebody's got to come down. It's a zero-sum game, pal, as they say in the movie. So Tyree Kinnel is at most risk of any returning starter right now to lose their starting position going into the opener, or potentially even 2 or 3 games in. They may give him a chance to start, split some snaps, and give him the opportunity to prove himself in live games. But he has not performed what you think out of a potential multiple-year starter in fall camp through the summer. Brad Hawkins is a guy who could take his job. We know last year he had a lot of trouble covering wide receivers, or covering tight ends, covering slots, covering running backs coming out of the backfield. So Tyree Kinnel, stock down, really at risk of losing his starting position, potentially to Brad Hawkins, maybe Jalen Kelly-Powell, making a little bit of noise out of there. So keep an eye out for more reports on Kinnel as we move through this 2018 fall camp with the Michigan football program. Lastly, stock down, Brandon Peters. Now, if you listen to the blog boys and the radio boys in Ann Arbor, they're going to tell you Brandon Peters is competing for the job. Let me tell you that is completely false. Brandon Peters is likely 4th in the depth chart, maybe 3rd with Joe Milton, but that may only really be because Milton's going to redshirt and he won't be there to take the snaps outside of the 4 games he potentially could get snaps, which may be early in the year and potential blowout games against teams like SMU and some others. So Brandon Peters, stock down. I do think there's a chance he could transfer. We'll see what happens. If McCaffrey and Milton are above him, when season ends, I don't think there's any reason for Brandon Peters to stick around Ann Arbor for 2 more years and play for the football team at the University of Michigan, because he was a high-level, Elite 11 style recruit in 2016. He doesn't want to sit on the bench for 5 years playing college football. He may drop a level, maybe go to a different school and get a starting role. So Brandon Peters is stock down. Let's take a look at the Bet DSI for Michigan starting quarterbacks. I got in when Shea Patterson was minus 190. It is almost a guarantee Shea Patterson is the quarterback. Now you see those odds. You got to put up big money to make anything with Brandon Peters. Look at those odds on Dylan McCaffrey, though. 1850, folks. You put down $10. And Shea Patterson gets hurt or something, gets some discipline, he doesn't start the game, you win 185. Put down 100, that's $1,850 from BetDSI. Plus, they're going to give you 120% cash bonus when you sign up. Those are the odds. You can bet those now. They're back up on the board, so go ahead and bet those through BetDSI. I am James Yoder. Want to remind you one more time, chatsports.com/bet. Go Blue is the promo code. You get the big-time cash bonus when you play with the Michigan Football Report and BetDSI, our sponsor. That was Stock Up, Stock Down from the Michigan Football Report.